In this video, we will discuss when is a Medicare set-aside proposal recommended. Consider this scenario. You are a personal injury attorney and you get a call from a new client who is 63 years old and is interested in settling her automobile accident case. Per the Medicare secondary payer statute and as part of the case workup, you need to make sure that you are not shifting the burden to Medicare. The MSP statute was passed by Congress in 1980 in order to protect the financial integrity of the Medicare Trust Fund. Per the statute, Medicare is a secondary payer for workers' compensation, no-fault insurance, liability insurance, self-insured plans, and employer group health plan insurance. According to the MSP regulations, these other sources of healthcare coverage are to be the primary payer, with Medicare being the secondary form of payment. A MSA Proposal is a detailed report indicating the anticipated Medicare allowable injury-related expenses for the remainder of the injured individual's life expectancy. It is a calculation that determines a dollar amount that should be set aside as part of the settlement process to satisfy the Medicare secondary payer statute and to avoid shifting the burden to Medicare. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, also known as CMS, published the Work Comp MSA Reference Guide to help attorneys understand the process CMS uses for approving proposed workers' compensation MSA arrangements. The purpose of the Work Comp MSA Reference Guide was to consolidate and supplant all the historical CMS memos into a single point of reference. Even though workers' compensation and liability settlements have several different nuances, CMS has yet to release the long-awaited LMSA Reference Guide for liability settlements, despite announcing its intention to do so in 2018. Given the current lack of guidance concerning liability MSAs from CMS, attorneys should look to the Work Comp MSA Reference Guide for guidance when settling their liability cases. In order to determine if a MSA allocation is recommended to cover Medicare's interest in your settlement, there are several key items to review. Attorneys can do a quick MSA litmus test to determine whether or not an MSA is recommended. Is your client currently Medicare eligible? Or is your client 62.5 years old and within 30 months of becoming eligible for Medicare benefits? Has your client either applied for Social Security disability insurance or has an open or pending application? Will there be any money after medical liens have been resolved to fund a Medicare set-aside account? What is Medicare's criteria for an individual to become Medicare eligible? Medicare is available for people age 65 or older, younger people with disabilities, and people with end-stage renal disease. An individual who has either applied for or has reapplied for Social Security disability insurance can become Medicare eligible. Social Security disability insurance, also known as SSDI, is a federal program that helps those who have become disabled from work. An individual can apply for SSDI when a person is unable to engage in any substantial gainful activity due to an illness or disability, and when a person is not able to return to work for 12 months or more, and when a person has accumulated enough work credits in the last 10 years to qualify. The reason why it takes 30 months to become Medicare eligible after an individual has either applied for or has started receiving SSDI benefits is that the individual needs to wait 1 month after the date of injury to apply for SSDI. After the SSDI application date, there is a waiting period of 5 months to receive SSDI entitlement. From the date of SSDI entitlement, Medicare has a 24-month waiting period to become Medicare eligible. Did you know that the Medicare set-aside is not required by law? You should know the risks if you choose not to have an MSA prepared by understanding CMS's interpretation regarding MSP compliance. In the event there was a failure to address Medicare's interest in the settlement, Medicare may refuse to pay for future medical expenses that are injury-related until the entire settlement amount is exhausted. Our highly trained Medicare expert advisors can help you figure out if Medicare may have an interest in your settlement. Call us today at 877-725-2467 or visit us online at medivest.com.